Hello again, this is Adam from Radio, and today we have another special guest. He's going to be telling you a little bit more about the universe as we know it. His name is Sam Johnson. You may remember him from our past shows. He's our number one guest here at Radio. So, Sam called me in today, and he said that he's going to be giving a two-part lecture on the origins of the universe. He's got some breakthrough new research that he's done in his lab underground in New Mexico. So, just listen to this lecture and stay tuned for part 2 of Origins of the Universe. Alright, Sam.
Hello, people of this planet Earth. This is Sam, the Great Johnson. Today, I will be conveying a very vivid recap of how this world came to be. Let's see, where to start? Okay, So, before there was anything, there was this river. And this river would flow on and on and on, and it would not cease to flow. And, like any other river, this river had banks. And, these banks would keep extending and extending. And this wasn't, I say river because you cannot mentally capture what this body of water is. The closest thing that I can relate it to is a river. So let's just call it that. How about? Nice. Alright. So, on the banks of this river and the length of this river kept extending, and until one day, this bull, he was walking, and he wasn't aware of what he was walking on. He just knew that he was walking. That's all he was made to do. He was made to walk, and he's walking. And he peered off into what he thought was the distance, because he had never looked before. And this is the first thing he saw. All he knew how to do was walk. He didn't even know he had eyes. So you can imagine what a shock seeing this river flowing towards him had affected him. It affected him a great deal. He didn't quite know how to deal with it. So since all he knew how to do was walk, he started to run. So now all he knew how to do was walk and run and see this river. So he ran towards this river, and when he got to it, he was enveloped by this flowing water. And right when this happened, the horns of the bull pierced through the very fabric of this water, creating a hole so microscopic that it triggered some sort of collapse in the grand scheme of things. So everything started getting sucked into this hole, and this hole evidently was in the middle of the resting place of this eagle. And this eagle would come here every Sunday, and it happened to be Sunday. And this eagle was flying overhead, and seeing where he usually lays to rest on Sunday, being coagulated by all this water, and the bull's horn enveloping this microscopic whirlpool. Once the eagle saw this, and this eagle was graced with the power of sight in this great time of darkness. So he saw this happening, and he gave a start, because for some reason he was implanted with the knowledge that this was going to happen. So he knew exactly what to do. So he flew as high as he could, because he knew that's where the palm trees were. And these floated, these palm trees frozen in space. Well, it wasn't space yet. It was frozen in a layer of which only the eagle could soar to. So the eagle grabbed one of these palm trees by its huge talons. And this wasn't any regular eagle. This eagle had spikes coming out of his tongue, and fire dripping from his toes, or talons. So he grabbed this palm tree, and he flung it at at the microscopic hole. And once it was on its way, the bull looked up and he released his horn from the hole because he was quite enjoying himself. It's a great feeling, being able to be the central cause of such a great collapse. And so the bull was alarmed by this hurtling object, and he looked up. And so he quickly stuck his horn into the water again and dragged a huge hole, one that the palm tree could fit into. And as his palm tree flung into the abyss, the black swirling abyss, he dragged a hole open, and the palm tree flung into that. And the eagle quickly succeeded the palm tree in going into this mindless black hole of suction. And so the eagle was the first to set foot into this new and spellbounding negaverse, as I like to refer to it as. I don't know the scientific term, but this through the hole that this bull had ripped was the complete opposite of what was happening on the other side. Every action has an equal and opposite action. That whole thing. So the eagle flew into the other side, into the negaverse, and him and his palm tree started walking. And because for some reason he knew he couldn't fly in this negaverse. So they kept walking until they came to this well. And there was this centaur guarding the well. And he said, "I'm going to ask you one riddle. And if you get this right, I'll show you what's in my well."